Hello, I'm Tom Dunn, publisher of Port Hueneme News, and today I'm at Miranda Park, and I'm with Kathleen Foster, who is a reporter, and we're going to walk around in video and talk about what's going on at Miranda Park. Uh, hi.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? It's really gorgeous out here, but we're looking at some not so good stuff. So here we go, people.
Yeah, we had a couple people got in touch with me and said that Miranda Park isn't what it used to be. And so I said, well, I'll go take a look. And Kathleen, in her early youth, was a resident of Port Hueneme, or Oxnard, part of it,
South Oxnard, correct?
and came over here and played and stuff. So maybe she'll have a few things she can talk to us about. And but we want to take a tour and have you look at it. And then we're going to write an article on Port Hueneme News and give it to the city, and let's see if we can get some things going on here that'll make this a nice, safe, community-based park that everyone will feel comfortable coming to use.
Yes, because I have seen that as growing up here and stuff, that the whole atmosphere has changed. People are frightened now. They look behind their shoulders. There's a lot of Now they do keep up on the trash, but I feel bad for them because there's so much of it. So yes, we do need to get involved. We do need to do something about some of these issues that we have here in Port Hueneme.
Okay, let's take off. First, we're going to go over to the ball field and take a look at the condition of that. We are now at the, I'll call it the softball field at Miranda Park, and this is doesn't look like it's being used very much. And you would think on a Saturday morning that there would be a couple of teams out here practicing, but there's two fields and nobody on them. And I was told by one of the people that called me to complain that they used to have softball league, baseball leagues, soccer playing on these fields, but the condition we see now, it's doesn't look like it's ready to be used. Do you remember seeing these fields when you were young?
Okay, not when I was young, but here a few years ago, my grandkids played soccer here on the fields, and it did not look like this. I see gopher holes. I see a lot of places that kids could really get hurt. So yeah, no, it's falling apart. Everything looks dingy and doesn't look good. These big holes, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I know we're talking about the gopher holes, and we'll go out there and look at some of them. My wife will not bring our great granddaughter, who's 2 years old, over here anymore to run because she trips and falls so much on the outfield, which we'll go look at. Also, this is the batter's box, home plate, and I've played baseball and softball for about 50 years, and I have never seen a home plate area like this.
No.
And I've been told that when they do play here, the coaches have to put a wooden board over this so that the kids don't trip or sprain or break an ankle because it's so uneven. And Mike, before we go out and look at some gopher holes, why don't you take a close up of this hole down here, and people can see that when I stand in here, I'm a good 6, 8 inches below where you would normally stand. And if you stride, you hit a high spot, or you move, you hit a low spot. So it's pretty.
Even trying to slide in on that would be
You know,
ridiculous.
you don't, you just slide into a
Yeah,
hole.
yeah.
Okay, let's go out in the outfield and we'll look at the gopher holes. All right.
All right.
On our way to look at the gopher holes, we stopped by the pitcher's mound, and it's not a mound; it's another hole. And Mike, if you can get a close up of that, you can see that again. Stepping off here when you're trying to throw a pitch is can be very dangerous.
Well, and it's no wonder that we're not attracting any of the little league uh, people here. It's how can you play here and not worry about your kids getting hurt and stuff because it's not good.
All right, let's proceed to the outfield. Kathleen, Mike, you can see this. This is a gopher mound now. It used to be a gopher hole, and what the city has done is just come out and put dirt on top of it. And I don't know what would be worse, a little hole or this big dump of dirt.
Well, something to trip on or fall through. That's all I know. And it's on in the outfield where kids are running, looking at the ball. They're not looking where they're running to run into a gopher hole or a gopher mound.
Well,
ridiculous.
and if you look too, the outfield is very uneven. You can fall very easily on that. And I did tell the city a year or so ago that I heard about a company in Camarillo that knows how to fix these gopher holes and make it so that the gophers will not come back.
Yes.
So that's something that they need to look into. And then Mike, as he's taking a picture around, you can see there's all kinds of brown spots. The grass hasn't been watered. I don't know whether there's something wrong with the irrigation. Plus, the grass doesn't look like it's been mowed in couple
Yeah, it's
weeks.
very thick. I used to come out here as a photographer and take photos because this used to be a pretty prime place to take photos, and I don't anymore because it isn't a prime place anymore, and it's really a shame. We live in a beautiful, beautiful place, and we really need to keep it up and be proud of it.
Yeah, the condition is getting worse. So let's go around another part of the park and see what we come across. Well, this is the other ball field, and it's in the same condition as the one we just looked at. And if you can see the backstop here, in various places, I don't know if it comes out too clear, but the wire is all fallen down, big holes in it, rusted, and not very appealing and not very safe for people to be around and playing on.
Little league leagues will not come here with that kind of stuff going on. They really won't. It's not a good thing. This backstop is really bad.
Okay, let's. I see next to us. Let's go look at the playground for the young. Well, Kathleen, this looks like one of the best parts of the park is the area that is for the little kids, and they have slides and steps and other types of. They got swings and all kinds of nice things for the kids to use, and it's colorful and well kept and quite a difference than the other place. And I know you said you bring your grandkids over
I
here.
brought my grandkids over here many times, and I especially love the smaller area that's enclosed in another area so that when you're sitting there, they can't just run off and do whatever. So it's really nice. And like you said, Tom, it's very colorful. They keeping it up. So who's keeping this up?
Yeah, it's amazing. You can have the ball fields in such disarray, and this is so nice. And then, Mike, if you want to pan over, we have, and Kathleen and I will walk over there. We have these new basketball courts that have been put out, and they look like they're in pretty good shape.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I think they've only been. It's been like 6, 7 months since they redid a bunch of the tennis courts and these basketball courts.
And if they're kept up, people will come and use them. They really will. Since we've been here, I've seen several people using the basketball courts already and the playground.
All right, Mike, if you pan down close, you can see that this surface looks awfully new and lined out very nicely. But then we have 4 baskets, and 2 of them, the nets are almost gone. And Kathleen is taking some pictures that we'll have some close-ups, but they don't cost a lot of money to replace. And some places have chain nets where they will last a lot longer, and you don't have to change them as often. But I know playing basketball, coming from Kentucky, we played a lot. I even played out in the snow. Uh, that having a no net is really, or one that's hanging tattered, it makes it different. And
As you can see, the people that are playing are only playing on one hoop that has a really good net.
right, okay, all right. We're going to go get a picture of the other net. Walking across the basketball court to the pickle court, Mike and I happened to notice that some of these trees look like they're not in very good health. They need some trimming and cut back, and the branches are falling on the basketball courts. And I know we had the drought for a few years, and we've had a good amount of rain since, and in a lot of places that has helped a lot. But this looks like it needs some help too. Well, we're at the pickleball court now, and we're watching a foursome, a mixed doubles, we can call it, playing pickleball. I have no idea what pickleball is, and so let's watch and see what they're doing. Well, that wasn't very good. This is a small version of tennis for old people, I guess. Would that be right? The guy in the in the whatever color shirt that is, I know him. I hope he doesn't get hurt. Uh-oh, the kill. Oh, he's good. You're better at that than golf. He's a golfing partner of mine. That's not saying a lot, huh? And Todd, you know I live right over here, and I can hear that darn noise all morning long. Wow, you don't hit your drives that far. Oh, okay. We'll talk to them as soon as they're through with them. We're on the pickleball courts at MORANDA Park, and I'm with Todd. He's a golfing buddy of mine, and he's had a long career in the tennis business. And you want to explain to us what pickleball is and how the people that watch this might enjoy it?
Well, it's a version of tennis. It's quicker, it's faster. You don't cover as much court, so the older people um, gravitate towards it. Your learning curve is about 4 times faster than tennis because the ball doesn't go that far and you can control it. It is a wonderful, wonderful, fast game. People that are beginners pick it up so much easier than if they were playing tennis because of the strings and the ball bouncing all over. It's the fastest growing sport in the world, and it's just really caught on. But it is fun because it's so fast and quick and use your brains on it.
Yeah, it looks like that, and it's nice to see older people can play in a semi-athletic game and keep moving.
That's part of the enamor of this, is that the older people can still cover the court because it's not big court.
I notice you do limp to the golf course every once in a while, but it's good. I have a question to ask you now. These courts have all been redone within the last year, correct?
Last September.
Last September. Okay, so that's about 9 months. Not so much on the tennis courts or courts up there, but down here, I'm noticing a lot of fissures
A lot
in
of
these.
cracks.
Do you know what's causing that?
They didn't put deep enough base underneath, so to keep the costs down, they put a slurry coat on top and then painted it, and it wasn't. They needed to go down deeper with a better base. And now the cracks are coming up, and somehow we're going to have to probably piecemeal it and try to break the cracks and slurry coat it ourselves or something.
Okay, so you're saying on the tennis courts and the basketball courts, they did use
Yes.
enough base,
Yes,
but not here.
not here.
Okay.
I guess limited resources. I don't.
Uh, yeah, there's one back over here. Mike can go get a picture of it. We'll put it in there. That's really deep.
That is, and we trip on it. If it gets a little worse, the ball will hit on it, which this ball hits bounces. Mainly someone tripping on it is our main concern. Whether your tennis shoe will catch on these fissures, and we could have some injuries.
Yeah, unexpected quick movement is not what you need.
Right. Falling down is no fun.
No.
I can't get up.
Nor is a body cast.
All
All right, Todd, thank you very much,
right,
and
Mr. Dunn.
have a great time here, and we'll see you at the golf course.
Okay.
All right, Kathleen and I have moved over to the full-size tennis courts, and there are still some few cracks here that we just had Todd tell us that these were all done about 9 months, a little less than a year ago, and The plane service is really good, but there's cracks starting to show up. And excuse me, Kathleen, you said your brother-in-law, is it?
My
Or
brother and Mike used to play here about 2 years ago until Mike hurt his shoulder, but they used to come here once a week. And it was really bad then, where they actually had little fissures where it was deep, deep cracks. So this looks a whole lot better. It really does. I don't even know if they're going to be able to keep up on it because we got these trees and their little root system. So I don't know. But
yeah,
it
we know
looks really nice.
we noticed on the other court roots were starting to go under the cement, and you know we'll have to see what happens. But we just hope the city keeps an eye on it and they keep up to this quality.
Yes,
And
because weren't you saying that they used to have some kind of tennis tournament here and then they stopped coming because of the condition of the tennis courts and then they just recently came back?
yeah, it was a tournament in Ojai that Ojai put on, and I can't remember the details, but there was some high quality. It was a high quality state tournament, and they held some preliminaries and maybe some quarterfinals here, and then the finals I think were held in Ojai. But they did come back this year. As far as I think, I saw pictures of that a few weeks back or something. So again, that was a big thing. There was another gentleman that used to bring 30 or 40 people a year from somewhere in southern LA
Oh,
and bring them up here to have a private tennis tournament, and they stayed in the hotels and ate in the restaurants for a weekend.
exactly. Those are the kind of quality people we want to come to our parks and participate in our activities here in Port Hueneme. We really do live in a beautiful place, and I'd really like to share it with everybody.
Yeah, a beautiful place with a beautiful beach.
Yes.
Okay, Kathleen, we are now standing in front of the concession area, which, as people can see, looks fairly nice. Just needs a little paint and cleaning up of the leaves. But the problem is, it is not.
It's not being utilized. We could be making a lot of money on this with people coming in with the little league and tennis and all the different things that we have here. Because it really is a nice concession stand. I've been to concession stands and it's really pretty nice. So let's get going on some of these projects.
And another thing, they could sell water. I haven't seen a water fountain.
Oh yes. Oh, I see one over there, but I don't know if it works.
There's one, okay, but if you had full tennis courts, yeah, people would be
all
buying
kinds of
stuff.
stuff. You could sell all kinds of stuff: nachos, water, sodas, and like I said, make a little profit.
Well,
Keep the park up with the profit.
the two people that came to me and said, "Hey, this place is, not what it used to be," and what I think needs to be done is what they said is get the teams back in here in softball, soccer, basketball, uh, get in people, their families bringing their kids over here, having a picnic and stuff. There's no picnic tables, there's no barbecues
Yeah,
for people
exactly.
to come. And as one guy said, this could be a community jewel, just like the beach is. And what we want to do is get this out to the people and let them. We'll do a survey. Hey, let us know what you feel about this, what your experiences are, and then we'll get it to the city, and hopefully they will take heed to it and do the work that needs to be done to make it a classy place for the city folks to come and enjoy with their families.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, all right,
Thank-
Kathleen, thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, thank you for the videos, and I look forward to hearing from you. And if you have any responses, you can email it to tdunn258311 at yahoo.com. Thank you guys for watching.